Hello, friend. How are you doing today? If you're new here, I want to welcome you to the collective, and if you're returning, I hope you're having a much better day than the last time that we talked. I want to remind you that my readings do involve a little bit of shadow work, along with some intuitive messages to help you understand and know what it is that you need to do along your own personal path and journey, to help you on your own transformation, to help you see and identify what it is that we need to do to strengthen or to release. So today I'm actually just going to start with the tarot cards, and I want to ask the tarot cards, what is it that we need to know right now about our current situation? What is it that we need to know about this moment that we are in that is going to help us identify what it is that we need to do in order to find some type of movement or momentum forward? So what is it that we need to know right now? Oh, okay. Both of those. Alright, first card. The Two of Wands. So straight up, what we're going through right now is a planning period, and that can be really difficult. It can be aggravating because with the Two of Wands, it's one of those things where you are in the midst of planning and working out what it is that you're trying to create, because wands are that fire-oriented suit, so it's about your actions and your passion and desire to do something. But when you have the Two of Wands, it's one of those where you're like actively preparing. It's almost Thanksgiving, so think of it like Thanksgiving dinner, okay? You're actively doing the things to prepare for that day. You're actively making the list. You're actively going to the store. You're actively cleaning your house. You're actively doing the things so that way you can have something to come, sorry, that sounds weird. You're actively doing things so that way you can have what it is that you are looking forward to in the future. So understand that, yes, this card is important and necessary because it's all about preparation and planning, but it's the active part of planning. This isn't just you sitting down with pen and paper. This is you actively doing things to prepare to get ready for, so that way when the time is ready, you are ready. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles in its reverse position. So this tells me that you have, the time and the energy to do what it is that you want to do. But despite that, you're finding yourself feeling very, you feel restricted. You feel like there's just something that's not right. You feel like there's something that should be more. And every time I get this card, it's that reminder that they're feeling this way because there's something that you're doing that isn't fulfilling to you. Or there's something that you're not doing that you want to be doing. So look at your life and see what it is that you're going through right now. And it could be something as small as you just needing to put time aside to your day to allow you to journal or meditate. Or it could be something way bigger and you going against, the societal norms or the cultural norms or the family norms of your, whatever your situation is, and you deciding that, I'm going to go take painting classes. I'm going to take guitar classes. I'm going to go take dance classes. I'm going to go take cooking classes. It's going to do something that's going to be slightly disruptive to your family, but it's going to be fulfilling for your heart. Or maybe it's something that you need to let go of. Is there a tradition or a habit that you have been partaking in for so long that you're not enjoying it anymore? And you're just doing it because you're going through the motions. So this card is telling me that you have time and energy and the ability to utilize your resources in a way that benefits you best. But right now you're doing something or you're not doing something that just doesn't fit right with your lifestyle anymore. So let's get clear about what that is. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So knights like to go, they like to move. Swords is that air element. This is your thoughts. This is your mentality. This is you seeing, thinking about the things that it is that you want to do. Knights are often considered messengers as well. So this is the fact that maybe you might be receiving news, you might be receiving information, and it's not something that this news or this information is necessarily going to be life-changing. It's more along the lines of this news or this information is going to be a subtle hint to what it is that you're actually looking for. So with the Knight of Swords also too, this could just be your own thoughts, your own ability to logically and analytically see what it is that you need to do and realize, oh, this is a lot simpler than what I thought it was going to be. That aside, the right thing for you to do is often not easy and simple. It's the concept of it and the theory of it that is simple, but it's the putting it into practice that can sometimes be more difficult. So understand that when I say that this Knight of Swords is here to give you some type of information, some type of clarity, some type of answer, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be an easy thing to do. It's just that it's a simple solution. So what do I mean by that? Okay, you're in a relationship with somebody who's just toxic and bad for you on so many red flags. The simple solution is to leave them. That doesn't mean it's the easy solution. It's just the simple solution. So what I'm saying is this Knight is going to come in and it's going to give you the simple solution, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easy. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Now with this card, I want to remind you that Pentacles is not just about your finances, it's about your time and energy, because you spend time and you spend energy. And this card is about you working hard and putting so much time and effort into something and you becoming a master at it. You putting like you're all into this thing because it means something to you. And when this card pops up, it's telling me that you have a passion and a desire to do something. And this is meant for you to understand that your hard work is going to find some, like, it's going to be for a reason. Like, you're going to receive something. It's not done in vain. But with that being said, sometimes even though we feel that we're at a level of mastery, there's still more for us to learn, still more for us to do. I've been doing tarot for over 25 years and I still find things to learn and do. I still find things for me to, find little new things about it. So understand that there's no true mastery of anything. It's just about continuously to put in the reps so that way you know how to do this, whatever it is that you're working on, so well that it just becomes natural to you. And then I have the Five of Cups in its reverse position. So the Five of Cups is all about grief. And this card is telling me that there's something that you need to let go of. The card is in its reverse position, which means that whatever caused the grief has already happened. It's not that you're going into grief. It's not that there's something that's going to cause you grief. The grief has already happened. The source of it's already been caused. Here's the thing though. When you have the Five of Cups, 3 cups in the pictures are typically spilled and 2 cups stay upright still. There is still stuff for you to focus on. There is still stuff for you to do. Now, I'm not saying that you need to get all excited about the fact that you still have things that you can do, still have things that you can focus on, because to be real and to be honest, those 2 cups might just be the mundane. Those 2 cups might just be the fact that you still have chores to do around your house, dishes to do, laundry to do. Or it could be that those, 2 cups are that you have friends and family that still care about you and still want to be with you. Those 2 cups could be that you still have a hobby that you are able to lose yourself in, or if you're a book reader like me, you're able to lose yourself in a book. Those 2 cups could be anything. The point is that you can't constantly stay in grief. At some point, you have to let go of it. That is much easier said than done, I know. But if you are constantly keeping yourself in a state of grief, if you're constantly focusing on what you lost and what you don't have, you're never going to see what it is that you actually do have and what's still available to you, and you're going to lose yourself. And yes, losing yourself is part of the process with grief, 100%. But at some point, we need to start finding little paths, little, deer trails back to ourselves. So the Five of Cups in its reverse position is saying that yes, there has been a loss and we need to let go of the despair, the anxiety, the depression. We need to understand that now it's time for us to begin to pivot. This all has to do with the fact that you know that you're wanting change. You know that you're wanting something different. You know that the way that your life is going right now isn't the way you always want it to go. Because this preparedness tells me that you're actively trying to find that spark, trying to find that fire. And this Knight of Swords and this Eight of Pentacles is here to tell me that, you have the capability and the understanding that you are, meant for more than what you're doing right now. It's just a matter of you realizing that, you need to let go of something. Because this Ten of Pentacles in its reverse position and this Five of Cups in its reverse position are telling me that you're holding on to something so tightly from your past that it's the only thing that's holding you back. I'm going to ask the Oracle cards, what is it that we need in order to help us, you know, get past this grief, to help us let go? What is it that we can focus on instead of just, you know, seeing what we lost, and help us to find inspiration to move forward? So let's start with the 2 cards that flew out. The Sweet Waters. Sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, balance. Okay. So that's pretty straightforward, and that's easy to do if you are already in a relationship. But if you're not in a relationship, you're going to be like, Kirsten, how do I do any of that? Well, enjoyment, fertility, and balance. Those are 3 things that you can do whether you're single or you're in a relationship. And it's understanding that finding enjoyment in the small things is important, and it's what's going to help carry you forward. So one of the things that always make me happy, especially this time of year, is the different flavored coffees. Pumpkin, peppermint, whatever. I love them all, and most of them are seasonal. So I get real excited this time of year because I know I get all my favorite flavored coffees. Another thing that I find enjoyment in is literally just how much hot chocolate that well, okay, I drink this much hot chocolate like year round, but it's not questioned as much during this time of season because it's cold out. So I get excited that I can drink hot chocolate. And people are like, yeah, let's drink hot chocolate. People who know me, they know. But even sensuality, that's something that you can, you know, give into if you are in a relationship or if you're in single. You know your own body, you know what it is that you want in order to receive. So allow yourself to, you know, just work your own magic. Deep sea diving, way of mystic, learn through experience, depths. So this is saying that we kind of need to get to the root of what it is that is keeping us in this space, what's keeping us in this place, what is holding us, and what is keeping us tethered to that thing that we can't let go of. The answer is not going to be on the surface. You either have to dive deep or you just have to let go. And I don't feel like that you're going to find it easy just to let go, because it's already been proven that if you hold on to something for so long, your own hand does not want to pry apart. You literally have to pry it apart yourself, like with an outside force. You can't do it yourself. So understand that you've been holding on for so long that the only way for you to release this is for you to get deep. So I talked about journaling earlier. That is something that can help you. Meditation, talking to a friend. Allow yourself to go beneath, the surface and to see what it is that's really keeping you in this discontent that you're having troubles letting go of. The Healing Lagoon. Rejuvenate, recovery, time to heal, it's safe to stop. Once again, it's that reminder that we need to kind of allow ourselves to move past. We need to allow ourselves to move forward. We need to allow ourselves to find the small joys. Rejuvenate, that in its own word is talking about you finding passion again, you finding something to just make you feel full again. And it's one of those things where when you're empty, you're like, that's not possible. But when you find little things to fill yourself with, little enjoyments, a little bit of, happiness, and once you start focusing on those little things, it gets a lot easier for you to fill it up with bigger things. So allow yourself to take the time to heal. Allow yourself to take the time to release, because staying stuck in this space isn't helping anybody. And we have gentle force, consistency, persistence, patience, the long game. So this is going to take time. This isn't something that's going to happen overnight. This is something that, it's going to be a journey. There's no way around it. There's also a card that I have another Oracle deck, and it's called the Long Growth, and it's a tree. And that card has stuck with me visually so much whenever I think of long journeys now, because when you plant a tree, it starts out as a stick. I mean, technically it starts out as a seed, but I've seen the trees become sticks. I've never actually planted a tree from seed. So in my experience of gardening, it starts out as a stick. And then from a stick, it's got, a few branches, very wispy branches that pull off. And then the next year, it actually kind of starts to look like a, mini tree. And the year after that, it's growing taller. And it takes some trees 5 to 7 years before they even get mature to look like, what you would consider an actual tree. Well, full-grown tree, I should say. But the point of it is this is something that's going to take time. For you, that time could look like months. It could look like years. But I'm going to apologize. I don't see this just happening in weeks. I see this being something that you have to allow yourself to work through and understand that it's part of the journey. And you're going to be on this journey for a little bit, and it's going to take consistency, and it's going to take persistence. And at the same time, while you're on this journey, you're going to mess it up. You're going to backslide. You're going to get stuff wrong. You're going to fail, and that's okay, because that's part of the journey too. What matters is after you go 2-3 steps backwards, you still continue to move forward. Because you do the cha-cha enough, you eventually continue to move forward. Now I just want to ask Spirit what else they can give us, what other information they can give us to help us through this time. And I understand with this Five of Cups card, and if you're watching this video around the time that I'm recording it, the holidays are right around the corner. Thanksgiving is in a week. Christmas is practically the week after. I mean, I know it's a whole month difference, but give me a break in the sense of when you're the one hosting or preparing, it feels like you blink and then the next holiday's right there. So I understand that right now is a time where grief does run high, and these feelings are hard, and it's everyone else is joyous and everyone is happy, but it's not necessarily time for everyone to be happy. And it's okay that if you're not happy right now, it's okay if those around you are excited and looking forward to things and you're not. That's okay. Straddling worlds, wandering between realms. So I feel like the whole reason I even went on that whole spiel about, other people being happy and you not, if with the holidays in mind, is literally because of what exactly this card is saying. You're literally straddling between realms. You're straddling between your current reality and the reality that the society around you is having. And it looks like a mismatched picture. It's two different things. And that's okay. Because right now, while you're in this awkward straddle stage, you're just in an in-between phase. In between is uncomfortable, yes, because it feels like you're walking in two different worlds simultaneously, and you kind of are, to be honest. But know that it's not a permanent thing. Eventually, everything will come into center again. Everything will shift. Eventually, you will find that moment where you're like, okay, this is my reality, and this is what I'm doing with it. So don't think that this is something that's going to stay permanent. It's not. And yeah, it feels confusing and it feels awkward because, again, right now you really are in this phase of, you're just kind of in both worlds, but you're not in one or you're not in the other anymore. Just know that it's part of the process. Empty well, time to replenish. So we've talked about this a lot with this reading, about filling up the small joys and finding happiness and allowing yourself the ability to see what it is that you have and being in preparation for things. This card is 100% reinforcing all of that. You need to take out time for yourself, and you need to find out what fills your well, what fills your cup, what fills you up and makes you happy. What is it that you need to lean into to find the harmony and peace that you are longing for and looking for? And yeah, it's not going to be something that necessarily happens quickly. When we lose something, it creates a hole, and that hole isn't necessarily something that can just be easily plugged up. I get that. It's going to take time and it's going to take energy, but what we do need to do is we need to allow ourselves the ability to see what it is that we can do to start filling ourselves up, even in the smallest ways. Horn Cactus, resourcefulness. So this one is an actual simple message where it's one of those things where just remember what you have and see what you do have and what you can utilize to create the moments that you need now. What is it that you have at your disposal? What is it that you have in your personal arsenal already that can help you find a little bit of what it is that you're looking for? A little bit of joy, a little bit of happiness, a little bit of peace. Is there a project that you've been putting off that you could just, pick up something, a part of it, or, reintegrate something about it into your life again? For me, I always have like 3 or 4 crochet projects going on at the same time. So if the one that I'm like, stopped working on just feels too overwhelming, there's one that's real easy for me to always pick up. And I don't know that I'm ever going to finish this project because it's like literally my get back into life project. But I have this one blanket that I've been working on for years, and it's just, when life gets messy, it is the project I go to just to get me a little bit back into, the swing of things, into the flow of things. I've been working on it for so long that I don't really have to think a lot about it, and I just put myself into it. Another thing that I do when I'm trying to be resourceful and see what I have, I always have I think it's a 24 pack of Crayola pencils. They're in a pencil case. Like they're so old at this point. But I always have those on hand and some paper that I can just doodle and draw on, because even the act of doing that, I can't draw for the life of me. My drawings look like a 4-year-old's, and 4-year-olds probably have their drawings better than I do. Like I'm probably like not giving 4-year-olds enough credit, to be honest. But like it's one of those things where that act of me just scribbling all over paper, me just allowing myself to, go nuts on paper, is enough to get me into a little bit of a creative boost to help me figure out what it is that I'm looking for, to help me get to whatever the next thing is, the next phase is. So see what you already have. See what you already have and allow yourself to get into it. The wall, obstacles. So this feels like it's an obvious slap in the face. It's not though, because the thing about obstacles is they're there for a reason. And the more that you try to fight or force your way through an obstacle, the longer and harder it's going to take for you to get around it. So you're like, okay, then what do I do? Well, you pivot, or you literally like take a step back and ask, what is it that I need to learn from this? And then you learn to work with the obstacle. Now, how do you work with the obstacle? Okay, think about this. Think about that you have a very big like knot, just multiple knots in like this one knot. And you need to take the time to, figure out how you're going to unknot it. Well, you can pivot and just throw it away or cut the string or whatever. Or you can take the time to slowly work with the string and work with the thread in order to actually get the knot unknotted. One takes time, one just says, you know what, this isn't worth my time and energy. I'm going to do what the thing is that I feel like is better worth my time and energy for this. Only you know how the best way to handle this obstacle is. I'm not going to say that you need to take the step back and see what lesson you can learn from this. And I'm not going to tell you that you need to pivot. Because to be honest, none of the cards here have told me that you need to do one or the other. So it sounds like you actually have a choice, which, to be honest, I never get these type of choices from Spirit, so congratulations that you have a choice from Spirit. But Spirit did come and tell me that you needed to be resourceful, and Spirit did tell me that you need to replenish an empty well. So if, tackling the obstacle head on, or even taking a step back and saying what I can learn from this is going to drain that energy, then don't do it. Pivot. But if pivoting is going to drain your energy and allowing yourself to work through that knot is what's going to fill your well, then do that. So the answer lies within you, which is the right one. You just need to figure out which one works best for what you need to do, for refilling your well, for finding the happiness, for finding the small joys, for giving yourself the ability to dive deeper and to find that balance. This is on you and you can do it, but it's a matter of allowing yourself to just begin. We're just looking for some affirmations now to get some encouragement to help us know what it is that we can do to help us find the happy joys, the small joys. Okay, both of these, but the order is this one. To help us understand what it is that we need to in order to just get past this phase that we're in. I mean phase in the sense of like the moon's phases. You're never going to be in something permanent. Yes, the loss might be permanent, what caused the situation might be permanent, but your ability to adapt, your ability to see, your ability to be happy, those go through phases like the moon. Just like the moon is always either full or empty, new or full moon, so is your life. But what I'm getting at here is that it's your mindset, it's your happiness, it's your, that's the phase. I think I've said enough. No one else is you. So I love this card for 2 reasons. No one else is you is a reminder that what you're going through is, yes, unique to you, but also understand that you are so unique that no one else can be you. So while you're going through this, find happiness in your own ability and your own personality to just be you. What I also love about this card is I've talked about grief, I've talked about you needing to dive deeper, and this card shows winter. And winter is all about digging those deeper roots. It's when, you don't see the evidence of your work on the external as quickly as you would like. So when I'm seeing this card, no one else is you, it's also that reminder that right now what you're going through, the changes that you're making internally aren't meant to be seen on the external yet. It's just a matter of you anchoring and digging those roots deeper. Hey, small wins matter. Look at that. Been talking about that this whole reading. Small wins matter, the small joys, the small things. And understand that each small step gets you farther along your journey. I love this visual, I love this card. Progress, not perfection. That's also important. Because as you're going through this, transition, as you're going through what you're dealing with, as you're letting go of this grief, as you're trying to figure out what your new reality is, it's going to be sloppy. It's going to 100% be sloppy, and it's going to be uncomfortable, and it's not going to be anything that makes sense or logic. But you know what? It's progress, not perfection. As long as you're making progress, that's what matters. Own the room. I love this. Because it's not just telling you to own your power, it's not just telling you to claim your power, it's telling you to own the room. So this is that reminder that you are bigger than what your current situation is. You are bigger than this current feeling, this current setback. You are so much more than that. And you already have the ability to own the room. So now it's time for you to start owning your own space, to start owning your own territory. That sounded weird. I meant territory in the sense of like what is yours to be had, like your own house kind of deal or your own living space. I don't know. I'm sure that was said for somebody. That was probably said for one specific person. But own your own room. Own the room. And you know what? Just start claiming, this is my life. This is me. I am who I am. This is my life and I'm going to make it my own. And understand too that as you're going through this, you're not going through this alone. We have a whole collective of people who are here to help and love and support you. A lot of us have had our own personal journeys, and honestly, if you want to share your story, that would be amazing. I'm not going to request that out of you, but if you could also just let us know what resonated, so that way we can at least open the conversation for people who have similar experiences like you, that would also be amazing. This is all I have for you today. This is your reading. If you do want a private reading, there is a link in the description below. I do have some available dates still. And you know what? I'm going to wish you the best of luck. I know you can do this. I know you're amazing. You've done so much so far. You should give yourself all the credit for everything that you've already done. And I love you so much, and I cannot wait to see you again soon. Bye-bye.